All right, welcome back. We have a big old box here. um, this is from the good folks over at Crane's Cutlery, which were the first. There's been this huge drop of Reate Exos, and you saw a couple that I snagged actually on the secondary market. But DLT has these, like NC Blade got them. Obviously Cranes. Yeah, there's just been a ton. So it's been really cool. I picked out some of the ones that I really liked. And I really liked just generally working with these folks at Cranes. They seem awesome. Oh, and case in point, look at that. They threw in some really cool cleaning towels here. These are nice. Thank you. That is awesome. Thanks so much. That's greatly appreciated. I always want more of these. I don't know about you, but those things, you get them dirty and they don't quite do what you wanted them to do anymore because of that. So I'm just opening some stuff off screen here just in case. And yeah, I've been working with Val over there. She's fantastic. They gave me some cool patches, which I appreciate. And let's get into it. So, everything's nicely packed here, just how I like to see. And we got a couple here, and then a couple under here. I think I may have mistakenly ordered one redundant one, but I can think of worst case scenarios. So we have the full titanium with the holes. This is their exclusive. This one's a serial number. A black micarta. This one also has a serial number, but these black micartas at this point are getting pretty prevalent. I do happen to have one that was very early on, and it was this number 65, which also came with a Kydex holster in it, which is really cool, kind of unique. But that was one I got on the secondary market because I missed those when they originally dropped. A black micarta with another seal number 422 here. So this one was a Tanto and this one's a drop point. And then a black micarta with a double edge. So I kind of got with all the edges, and I realized over there I already have, one of these. So we'll see how it all works out. But the one I really wanted to jump into first is the Crane Cutlery exclusive, because I've seen the micarta. I've got one of the Crane Cutlery Zircotai inlay versions, which I love. It's amazing. Super cool knife. By the time this is posting, I think that one would have posted. But I really wanted to check out their exclusive they put together here. Nice leather pouch here that it comes with. So that's impressive immediately. Some extra hardware. The Reate always comes with like the nice little Velcro and pouch there. One's a cleaning cloth, and this one's actually kind of like a sunglasses case. And there it is. What was really cool about this exclusive were two things to me. One, it's the only one that doesn't actually have the inlay on it, so you can swap that out. I think I don't know how they do it, honestly. It's something that maybe like plugs in there. Two, I've really been wanting one with Tanto. And then three, they did a, what do you call it? Serrated edge. This thing is pretty savage looking, I gotta say. My initial impression on this, 3V, it's a little colder than the others because you just have pure titanium. That is a savage looking knife. That doesn't quite have the same feel to it as some of the others. It's definitely a little more wicked. So I think they did a good job on this exclusive. Also has a different blade finish on it than the other one that I have, so that's kind of cool. But let me get this cleaned up a little bit here. Just gonna take it off screen for a quick little cleanse. I didn't catch the part about the finish on the blade. That's really neat. That is quite a bit different than the other ones that I have. a very like, I guess you'd call it a stone wash, but like you can see the satin up here is very reflective. This is very like working finish. It's very much like a working finish on it. And you get the 3V blade steel there. That's pretty cool. And generally the rest of it's, you know, very similar to the others. So this one is serial number 18. I think they did about 40 in the Tanto and maybe 25 in the double edge in this speed hole configuration like this. So I'm not 100% sure what the plan is there, if they're going to be like putting out some discs. I actually didn't look into it too much. I kind of just saw it and bought it. And glad I did. That's really nice. I love the finish on the blade. That's a little surprising in a good way. That's really, you know, kind of, I'm trying to think of the right term for it, but it looks kind of hardworking or substantial, I guess. Really nice. That's pretty cool. So 1 for 1, that's really great. Get that one just in the bag real quick. Let's jump on to the next one here. So we got a Tanto, a drop point, and a double edge. Let's get into the drop point because I don't have one of those yet. And again, this one's numbered at 422, so there's a pretty substantial number of these being made. You can get this same model from quite a few other places. Like this is not a Crane exclusive. There are other places that are doing some in G10 and in different finishes. Yeah, the thing looks really nice though. I'm trying to think if this looks, if it's the same on the finish as my other. Wow, that's really cool actually. I like how that is knocked down. Let me get this guy cleaned up too. They all have a little bit of treatment. This is 3V blade steel. So they put a little bit of treatment on it, looks like, to try and keep it from corroding. These things should get a nice little patina on them, but you do want to maintain 3V, right? But they knocked down the top of it there. So you got like the satin finish up here, and then you got this sort of working finish here and here, and it looks really good. I'm really pleased with that one. That is, like, I could almost EDC this. It's a nice drop point, right? It's nothing too crazy. It's very pointy. Like if you watch the channel, you'll know that's not my go-to, is not to have a super pointy blade for an EDC, but like, you know, as far as the Reate Exos go, this would be the model I could see myself having as an EDC more than any of the others. Tanto looks super cool, very good for self-defense, but not really what I would typically EDC. So I'm going to check and see just how they did the edge here. Really nice. Really nice on the edge. That's impressive. Now the working finish is a little more abrasive, so it's not going to slide through the paper quite as well as if the whole thing was a satin finish, but that is pretty sweet, I have to say. I'm impressed with that working finish. I got to go take a look at what the other websites are doing. I don't know if that is the same finish on all the different websites. Take a quick glance here at like DLT or something like that. Oops, sorry. Who I know also has some Exos in stock right now. Yeah, no, these ones have like, well, let me take a look. It's almost the opposite, actually. Stock, boom. Oh yeah, they have a similar finish on here. Even a little different, I think, maybe, but similar concept. So maybe this is just sort of a newer finish, or maybe I just didn't get the memo or something. Who knows? Now I'm really curious. pull out this Tanto one here. And I'm curious if that also has that same, I'm assuming it has that same finish on it. Nice. Yeah, that's hard. That's nice looking. That's very cool. So I'm impressed with this run. I think this is really cool stuff, the way that they did this. This looks very, very nice. I'll do a little close up here. Very, very nice indeed. So we're just gonna drop this guy back in here. Oops. And then what I want to do is grab out my original one, because the finish is definitely different. The whole package is different because it has this, sorry, zoom, this Kydex kit in it, which is pretty cool. I just want to kind of compare the blade finishes on these. Because look at that, that is like a fully satin blade finish there. Very different. It makes a very different impression. I have this fully satin finish on my other one as well. Versus, let's see if we can now get out the double edge here. I'm gonna try and make some room. Sorry about the zoom. Doing too many things at once here. And I'm really curious if this is going to be an all satin finish. Wow, look at that. So that's very different. That's super interesting. I think a lot of the rest is the same. It seems to generally be the same. Maybe a slightly different color. It's hard to say. It's hard to say, but I think it might be the same there. But the finish on the grind, you know, is substantially different from one to the other. And that's pretty cool. So good to know. I totally missed that, and I'm sure it says on these websites that the blade finish is, you know, this sort of new stone-washed finish, how it is, but that's it just gives a very different impression to the knife versus the original one, which has, you know, that sort of satiny, kind of classic grind of like a switchblade or something like that. This is a little more, you know, the working finish. I don't want to say steampunk, but, you know, it's got more of a, it's just definitely got a different look and feel to it. So that's cool. Pleasantly surprised with these new CPM 3V stonewash blades. That's really neat. So these are cool knives. If you haven't checked them out, I've already done a couple other videos on my first impression with them. But they're definitely worth a look. They sound amazing. They look really cool. It's just a fun new concept, I think, that Reate has just done an awesome job with delivering on. And I think, you know, they're very hard to get for a while for a reason. So it's nice to see when something like that hits the market, and when companies like Crane do cool exclusives, it just makes it that much more fun. So appreciate the folks over at Crane just doing a great job on this drop, promoting it well, supporting it well. No insanity over the drop. Now, if you wanted a very specific model or something, you may or may not have gotten that exact model. Like I didn't get the double edge speed hole version. So I ended up with the Tanto. I did want a Tanto, but I would have been happy getting this in the speed hole one and a double edge in particular. I think that would have been a really cool look for it. Still very cool with the Tanto, and every time that comes out with the serrated, I'm just like, that is just a savage. That's a mean looking knife. So very cool. Glad to have added one of the 40 of these made into my collection for sure. So that's all for now. Excited to have these really good first impressions. Same quality you expect. You know, all of them have just worked and done what I expected them to, and really glad to add them to the little family here that I've developed, and really glad to have gotten to connect with the team over at Crane, because they just seem to be doing great things and take care of their customers well and communicate super well. So that is, you know, you don't always get that from some of the bigger websites, and you don't always get that from some of the smaller websites, to be candid. So it's great to see. Keep up what you're doing over there, and I will see you on the next one. Take care.